Good evening. It's Sunday night and it's satsang with John and Michelle.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome. And this is our new Journeys page, Journey of Awakening.
We're hoping people will find us
I
here.
hope you can find us here.
Got to do it sometime. So
Yeah, we've got to
we
make
are.
the change, and we know that it might be difficult for some of you to find us tonight, but we hope that you do find us, and welcome. If you do find us, please just let us know in the comments box that you are watching, and if you can share it, that's really, really good. Just press the share button, and we like getting the likes
We do.
and the hearts, so we like all of that.
We're seeing a few of you joining us. So
Yeah.
Some of you have found us. That's good.
That's good. A few of you have found us.
Yeah, no, it's apparently much better if we've got a page. So
Yeah.
that's what we're doing.
And tonight's topic is the challenge of change, and here we are changing to
Changing.
journeys.
We didn't think of that.
We didn't even plan that. No,
Yeah, we didn't.
no, we didn't correlate that,
No,
did we? We didn't
no.
connect that.
No, we didn't.
Challenge of change. The challenge of change is.
The universe has a plan.
Yeah, the universe has a plan. So here we are tonight on Journeys of Awakening. And welcome to all those that managed to find us. And we love having you here. Thank you for the thumbs up that we're getting there and the hearts. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. And welcome.
Thanks, all.
Welcome.
Yeah.
And if you can, like our Journeys page, it'll help that get more exposure as well. So please, we're going to do all of our Sunday night satsangs from this page from now on. So if you can, like it and click the bell, I think, hey?
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I think you just like it. I think you just
Okay,
like the page.
you like the page.
And then you'll get our notifications showing up on your line.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so welcome to all those that have joined us. And the challenge of change, yeah, I think we can all relate to that in some area of our lives. I don't think anyone's immune to the processes that we're going through at the moment. So we're going to be looking at the challenge of change, and we're going to be looking at how to deal with the change that's going on, and we're going to give you some very practical tools.
Yes.
So welcome. And let's do the most important work of the evening, which isn't work, and that is to do a short meditation, centering meditation. Just bring ourselves out from the hectic day that we've maybe had. We had a beautiful day, we went for a lovely drive. Yeah, beautiful drive from Cape Town around to Pringle Bay, and
The sea was
beautiful,
magnificent.
absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so we've had a peaceful day, but and hopefully all of you have had a peaceful day. Just let us know what sort of day you've had. But the most important thing we can do right now is let go of the day, no matter what day you had. Just withdraw your mind from all other times and all other places, and let's become centered in the most sacred place that there is, and that's the present moment, that's the here and now. This is the only place that life exists. This is the only place that we can directly connect with that divine essence of life within us. That spirit is here and now in the present moment. And for many of us, we don't spend much time connected to the sacred essence of being that we are. So let's just take a moment or two to maybe gently shut our eyes and just center ourselves down into our bodies. Our bodies are a sacred gift of life. And what we need to do from time to time is honor this body with our presence. So let's just do that. Let's shut our eyes and sink our awareness down into the body and become aware of what it feels like tonight to have a body. So we withdraw our mind from all other situations, events, places, times, and just become acutely aligned with the body as it is in this moment. There may be some discomfort in the body. If there is, just bring your awareness to that particular place in your body and just embrace it in your awareness. Just allow it to be there. Any pain in the body, just allow the pain to be there. Don't resist it in any way at all. The pain is a gift telling us that there's some transformation taking place in the body. Just say thank you. Thank you to the discomfort. Thank you to the pain. Just allow it to be there. And just bring your awareness right now down to your feet. Just feel a connection between your feet, between the soles of your feet and Mother Earth. There is a real energy that connects us to Mother Earth. And we know of a process called grounding, which is really important in bringing balance to the body, bringing healing to the body, relieving stress. And that is grounding, getting your feet connecting with Mother Earth. It's really good if you can. Every day walk in the soil, bare feet. Wet grass is excellent to connect. So right now, just bring your awareness to the soles of your feet and just imagine some sort of energy exchange between your body and the earth and your body. So you feel this sort of energy pulsing between the earth and yourself and the earth and your feet. Let us take that energy now and just bring it up our body. So we bring it up through the ankles, up through the calf muscles and the shins into the knees. We're drawing the energy up from Mother Earth into our knees. And this energy has a mothering energy. It's a nurturing energy. So feel this mothering, earthing energy, this nurturing energy. Bring it up your thighs, into your hips. The hips are the cradle of your torso. They hold all of your organs, your whole upper body, but they also enable you to connect with your legs, provide you with the gift of mobility. So we just honor the hips with this energy that we've drawn up through our feet, up through our legs, into the hips from Mother Earth. We feel this earthing energy, this mothering energy, this peaceful energy. And we draw this energy up our body, up our torso, through every organ in the body, and up our spine, up into the shoulders. We feel this energy in our shoulders now. We move it down our arms, our upper arms to our elbows, and down our elbows through the forearms, through the wrists, into our fingers. And we become aware of each one of our fingers right now. We become aware of what they're touching. And we might feel a sort of energy pulse from our fingers. It could be in the form of warmth, or it could be in the form of a tingling sensation. Just see if you can be quiet enough and still enough inside to feel the life that's inside your body through your fingers. Become aware at the same time of the energy in the palms of your hands. Very powerful, powerful vortex of energy in the palms of our hands. Feel the energy of Mother Earth coming up your legs, up your torso, down your arms, into the palms of your hands. See if you can feel a change in energy as you sit here tonight. Now bring your awareness back up your arms into your neck and feel this energy from Mother Earth moving up your neck, over the top of your head into your forehead. Feel the space between your eyebrows in the middle of your forehead, your third eye. Feel this vortex of energy, your third eye connecting and being enlivened with Mother Earth. Feel this empathy and compassion and connection and love with Mother Earth through your third eye, between your eyebrows. Smoothing any worry lines away on your forehead, letting them go. Dropping your awareness down into your cheeks, relaxing your cheeks, relaxing your eyelids, relaxing your jawbone, relaxing your tongue, and bring your awareness to rest on the tip of your nose. Just become aware of that gentle in-breath and out-breath as life breathes you ever so gently, in and out. Feel your whole body in this moment enlivened with this earth energy coming up from Mother Earth. And now let's imagine that there's Father energy coming from the sky down through the top of your head and meeting this earth energy in your body. And we connect to this energy through the breath. And we take a very deep breath in, drawing the air down from the sky, down the top of your head, down into your lungs, down right into your solar plexus, and you pull your diaphragm down, you blow your tummy up as you bring this air fully into your body, blowing it up like a big balloon, and then a long breath out. Just sigh and drop your shoulders and relax your neck muscles and sink further into your body as you breathe out. Take a second, very deep breath, and the same thing. Just visualize the air coming in from the crown of your head, down into your lungs, down into your solar plexus, blowing your tummy up like a big ball, and then that beautiful, long, releasing, just relaxing breath out. Just let it go, let it go. Take a third, very deep breath in through the crown of your head. Just imagine this prana, this air coming into your body. This time, though, take it right down to your toes and imagine this energy going into Mother Earth. And then a beautiful, long, surrendering, releasing breath out as you sink deeper and further into the present moment. Just down, let it go. Bring your awareness back to your nostrils now. And just allow life to continue breathing you in a gentle rhythm of flow, almost like the tide, almost like the waves on the shore. Just in, pause, and then out. And then in again and out. Just relax your awareness in the present moment, just in the here and now. And become aware of everything you can hear in this moment. Become aware of all the sounds around you without necessarily labeling them or judging them in any way. It's just the awareness. Oh, I can hear. Oh, I can hear. Sounds quite far away. See if you can hear the beating of your own heart in your eardrums. Every time your heart beats, it pushes that pressure wave through your eardrums. Become very quiet and very still and see if you can connect with that pulse in your eardrums. The pulse of life within your body. And as you listen for that pulse, just become aware of the awareness that is aware of listening. Become very, very still and quiet. And know yourself to be that quietness that listens. Know yourself to be that stillness that listens. For a while the breath is happening and the heart is beating and the earth is spinning on its axis, moving through space. There is a stillness inside us, a quietness that doesn't move. This quietness is our sacred essence. It's our true being. This is the changeless place of permanence. This quiet essence of being within us is our sacred essence that never changes. And all it requires to step out of the mad world that whirls around us, to take one conscious breath and come back into the stillness that listens. The stillness that underlies all thoughts, all feelings. This quietness. This is who you really are. You are this space. You are the sacred essence of presence. And it is beautiful. And in this awareness you discover love. Love is a stillness. Love is a sacred connection with the divine that sits inside the still place of presence within each human being, within each life form, yearning for our homecoming, yearning for us to bring our attention out from the world of form, the shifting sands of time, to come back into eternity. Now take a very deep breath in, very deep breath in, and that beautiful long breath out, letting it all go, letting it all go. And gently, when you're ready, very slowly you may open your eyes and just look around the room and see the quietness, the stillness in the room as you look around. That stillness is sacred. Let's honor it more with our attention, in spite of the world being in a bit of a chaotic state, one can say. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad some of you found us tonight. Welcome.
Amazing.
Welcome.
Actually.
Let us know where you're from. We like to know who we're speaking to. And we like getting likes and hearts, don't we?
Yeah. Well, it makes us realize that we're not speaking into a big void.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It is nice, yes.
Thanks, John. That was lovely.
Thank you. Yeah, it was beautiful. It's lovely to just spend a few moments connecting with peace,
really
isn't
is,
it?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a relief.
It's a lovely way to end the weekend with this time together.
Yeah, and to start a new week.
Yeah.
Of busyness and stuff.
So
kind of lay the groundwork for a new week.
Yeah.
I think it really helps.
And as we gather, in this space of quietness on a Sunday night like this, it is really important for the healing of the earth and the healing of the people on the earth. Because what the earth needs more and what the people needs more of is our presence, is our peace. Gandhi said, be the peace you desire to see in the world, be the change you desire to see in the world. And that is the centeredness, the peace, the presence. And as we sit here tonight, this energy goes through the field and changes the whole field. So this is really important work, if you want to call it work, that we're doing. And connect with that feeling within you of ease and peace, because that feeling is the creative energy that changes consciousness in the world around us.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys, for finding us, and thanks for saying hi, so we can see where you're from. Hi, Yvette, from Spain.
Yeah.
And Tannis from Maritzburg, that your comments are coming up. And Evie, thank you.
Evie from PE. Hello, Evie.
Yeah, beautiful to see you. So this is our new community platform. So we'll still keep our own personal ones, but we'll actually be posting most of our stuff on here as well. And we're hoping to really build that as a community and to engage as a community as well. It's not just us.
Yeah, community is really important for, first of all, for our sanity, but really secondly, for the survival of the human species. I believe that, while the world is divided in various ways, I think our a community, if we have a community, can be our stabilizing influence in our lives.
Yeah, and I think we're going back to community. That's what I feel. In terms of the astrology is telling us that we're going back to community, that we're going away from the big, the bold, the international to a degree, and getting more back involved with community and looking after ourselves and engaging with people that have got good services that we've got a connection with.
Humans, real humans.
Yeah, we went out the other day and met this wonderful guy just outside Stellenbosch, and they supply beautiful fresh produce and sort of organic food, and we spoke to him person to person, and there's such a difference between
ordering
walking
online
into a big supermarket or speaking to someone actually and actually engaging with them. And I think that's what we're all really, really missing and need. So it's that community connection.
Yeah,
it's the feeling that you're part of something.
We've been programmed to believe that big is better. Yeah. And I think we've done that. And we found it's pretty heartless. No. Yeah. So I think it's to come back to local, to come back to small, to come back to small businesses and supporting local.
Small businesses, bartering, doing trades, doing swaps. I think it's going to go back to that.
Yeah.
So I think that the more we engage and the more we have this community and your little communities, it's really important.
Yeah, it is.
For people not to feel alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about change. We've spoken about it before in many different ways, but this is a time of change. I mean, we all know that. It's no news for that. But I mean, nothing that we have seen before. This is not anything we've seen before, the situation that we find ourselves in on our planet. And I think we all resist change to some degree. The human parts of us really want to keep things the same. We want this to stay the same. We want the people that we love to stay. We want the jobs to stay. We want the houses to stay. We want our stuff to stay. And I think this is a time where we're realizing that that's an illusion. I mean, if we haven't known that before, that everything is changing as we speak. So John and I are different people now than we were 10 minutes ago, and so are you. Our cells have changed. We've aged a bit. We've aged a few minutes. Everything's changed. The energy around us has changed. Our energy body has changed.
I remember one day when I was bored, I counted the amount of atoms coming out with each out-breath, and it was 10 to the power of 22. Now that's 10 with 22 zeros on it. That's the number of particles, atoms coming out of our mouth. And when we breathe in the same. So we are constantly changing, rather like a wave on the ocean. You know, we see a wave and we see it as something solid moving in towards the shore. But it isn't. Moment to moment to moment, water particles are coming into it and water particles are leaving. The energy maybe moves into the shore, but the particles are constantly changing, and we are like that. That's what we are like. So change is a constant.
It is. And I think when people see change, it's immediately, how do we cope with this? But we are changing all the time. And I think the way I'm sensing it with what's just happened in my own life and with what's happening globally and collectively, it's the more we get attached to the status quo, and the more we have this, this vision of what it's got to be like. It's better be like that. It can't be any different because that's what's got to happen. We're going to suffer because we don't know what the future holds. We're all in this state of kind of, wow, anything could happen. Anything can happen. So to resist change is crazy, but we all resist change. I don't know how many people have said to me, when I've said that my stuff all went up in flames. I cannot tell you how many people have said, how on earth do you deal with that? How do you ever come back from that? And it's an interesting question because we're constantly coming back from loss and from change and from challenge. So, you lose a loved one, you come back from it. That it's that the notion that things shouldn't change and that life shouldn't present us with challenges, and that if life presents us with challenges, then we're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
No, it's just the way it is. I mean, we're on a planet spinning through space at a rapid speed, spinning around as well. We're moving all the time.
But don't you believe in a flat earth?
So change is a given.
Yeah, it is.
We can the more we can accept that it's going to change.
I remember reading Scott Peck's book, A Road Less Traveled. I mean, the opening line is that life is difficult and change is difficult. And, that's just a given. That's just the way life is, I think, meant to be, because we come here for experience. We come here to grow. We come here to grow through new experience. And you can't have new experience if everything just stays boringly the same. So also, from a bigger canvas sort of point of view, we're going through what's called the apocalypse. These are the apocalyptic times that we're going through. And the word apocalypse, it comes from the ancient Greeks, and it actually means for the veil to come down, for that which is hidden to be revealed. So this is the change that we're going through. And for the mind, as Michelle said, the ego does not like change. Well, the ego is a bit paradoxical because the ego doesn't want change. It wants stability. It wants predictability. But the weird thing is that it gets bored with things staying the same as well.
It creates dramas,
and it creates drama. Yeah, it does do that.
It does.
So it loves change and hates change, and so it fears change because it makes it feel unstable.
It makes change,
and yet it actually gets bored if things stay the same.
So true.
So the challenge of change is that we start to lose our sense of identity. Because when things are changing around us and we identify with the world around us, well, who am I now? Who am I now that I've lost that particular career or lost my house or I've lost that particular loved one? Who am I? Because I used to be that stable world of relationship or career or achievement, and now I don't have that anymore. I remember when my mother passed away, about 12, 13 years ago now, I know that the biggest sense of loss also was the sense of no one to witness my life. Right. There wasn't that stability in the witnessing of who I used to be as a child and who I was as a teenager and who I was in my 20s. It was that loss of identity. And that is the challenge of change. The challenge of change is always a loss of who am I? Who am I when everything around me is changing? And there lies the gift. That's the gift.
Yeah, because who are we? And we get very attached to those roles. I am a mother, I am a sister, I am a daughter, I am an artist, I am a business person, whatever it is. We get so attached to that the concept, or I'm my home, I am my belongings. We identify ourselves with those things or those people or those roles. And when they disappear, there's a sense of, well, who am I without that? Who am I? And I think that these times are times where we actually are being pushed and squeezed to realize that we are not any of those things.
Yeah.
We definitely are not our roles, because the roles come and the roles go. And, you're a wife and then you're not a wife. You're a business person and then you're not a business person. So those roles are always going to be changing, no matter what we do. Whether we do everything right and we're angels or not, they're going to change. So it's to accept that and not expect them to stay the same. So many people are right now being torn apart from their families. There's huge division in our world right now. You've got parents not able to see their kids and kids not wanting to see their grandparents or whatever it is, because they disagree. And it's because of roles that we suffer, because but she's my daughter or she's my mother. And there's almost, and I mean, it sounds a little bit sort of maybe, I don't know what the word is. It's not that you don't care about the person, but we've got to give up these roles, these identities that are attached to
the specialness,
that person.
The specialness is the perception of specialness, because that's
with
love,
an
important
word. That you are able to make your own choices, whatever those choices do.
Yeah.
I hold you in unconditional love. I can't influence you just because you are my XYZ.
Yeah. Therefore, you should act in a certain way, and you should have my beliefs.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a big one. You are my, therefore, we must have the same beliefs. And if you don't have the same beliefs as me, well, then who am I? There's a challenge here. And an awful lot of people are having their beliefs challenged by those around them. I believe X, Y, Z, or I believe this is the right medical approach to the pandemic, and they believe differently, and wow, that's a bit of a shocker. And so, the gift of all of this change is not to divide us, because I believe that's the downside of it all, is that we see changes sort of dividing us and dividing families and people. Now, I see there's an opportunity here. It's an opportunity to look deeper, to find what doesn't divide you, what is still the same, despite all the change that happens. And in the meditation, we went into the quiet place within us. And that quiet place is the undivided place. It's the undivided place. And thank you, Michael. I saw that you put up a comment there about the Jewish New Year coming in 3 weeks' time. And change is always happening. And as you said there, this process that we're going through is a surrendering process. It's a letting go process. Letting go of attachments to physical objects. For example, what Michelle had to go through with the loss of all her possessions, loss of that sense of identity. But I was that ornament. I was my mother's whatever that went, or my grandmother's. No, you weren't. It was just an object in time and space. And every object has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And every relationship has a middle, a beginning, and an end. Every achievement has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And every belief has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Everything you believe today will change. Everything you believe will, with enough time, change as well. So don't hold on to the sense of I am this, I believe this, I have,
or this defines me.
This defines me, yeah. So if we hold on to, you can hold on to it. I mean, you can hold on to it. The problem is the result of attachment, said Buddha, is the root of all suffering. Attachment is suffering ultimately. You can't have attachment without suffering. And it's very simple to see, because all that you hold on to is transitory. There's nothing that you can hold on to outside of this being that you are that is going to be with you for forever. Everything changes. Everything outside of you. The world of form is the world of formation, the world of change, of transformation. And we don't like to see that because we identify who we are with that. And if that crumbles, then I crumble. But in the meditation that we did in the beginning of this evening, we went into a place, a quiet place, a sacred place. And I'm going to suggest that if we make better acquaintance with that space on an ongoing basis, we won't be as troubled by the world of transformation around us. You know, in a cyclone or a hurricane, you know, there's a lot of activity going around, but in the center, there's that stillness. And in the center of your true being, your true essence, there's stillness. That's where your salvation comes from. Not from the world out there being this way or that way. Not in time, not in future, but coming back to that stillness within you.
And it's in that place that we can watch, we can observe what's going on around us. So we can say, here's an emotion arising. It's whatever this emotion is arising. I can see it, I can acknowledge it, but it's not who I am because I can see it. As soon as you can see it, it's not you. It can't be you. You can't see it and be it at the same time. So you have a thought. Your thoughts are not you, but we often align ourselves with our thoughts. I am my thoughts. Who would I be without my thoughts? No, as soon as you see the thought coming, you go, oh, hang on, I'm aware that I'm having that thought. And I'm aware that that thought is going to lead me into that because it always does. So I have a choice in this moment not to actually go there, not to have that thought, to have a different thought if I want to. I have the choice to feel the emotion but not attach to it, allow it to pass through me because I can see it's not who I am. And it's everything else as well. It's the attachments that we have to everything around us to just allow them to be there for the time that they're there. Without the expectation, Jane put on there, roles come with expectations. Without the expectations that you are my ex, therefore you should. I expect you to because you are my husband, wife, cousin, auntie, child. So when we start letting go of those expectations, there's a huge amount of surrender. There's an ability to let go of the expectations as soon as we don't align ourselves with them. So it's I sort of see it as we were talking about it yesterday, that if we could be, especially with something like we're going through now, like bamboo. And bamboo is one of the strongest, most resilient plants on earth. Well, it's got roots that go down where? How you
Well,
said?
it takes 5 years, if you plant bamboo underground. They grow underground and 5 years before a shoot comes up.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of trust that something's happening there.
So first of all, there's a root. It's rooted into
Very
Mother
strongly
Earth.
rooted,
Strongly rooted.
Yeah.
And then you've got this kind of hollow tube thing that is able to make scaffoldings and buildings.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of the most versatile substances on earth.
I remember traveling in Hong Kong many years ago and seeing these skyscrapers.
Yeah, skyscrapers.
And they didn't have metal scaffolding. They had bamboo scaffolding going up I don't know how many floors.
Yeah.
That shows how strong bamboo is.
And why is it strong? It's strong because it's rooted and it's flexible. It's flexible. It's able to slightly sway without breaking, which is why they use it for building and scaffolding. So if I just see that as something that can help us navigate change.
Yeah.
To say, can I just put my root into that place that John's talking about, that sacred, quiet place? And can I be flexible enough not to be
broken by
change. But oh my God, there's something it's just wiped me out because it isn't the way I thought it would be, and I'm standing firm in this, that it can't change. I've got to be like this. It's sort of a rock. If we're going to be like that, we're going to break. Yeah. Because there's going to be very big winds. There's very big winds now, and there's going to be more. That's not to scare anybody, but I think we all know that. So how can we actually be flexible? How can we see, oh, this isn't working? Can I move?
Can I accommodate?
Can I accommodate?
Yeah.
Can I say, this the way I've always done it isn't working. Oh, this isn't working now, right? How do we accommodate that?
Yeah.
So I feel that's how do I accommodate change?
How do I accommodate a changing world around me? How do I accommodate other people having different beliefs to me?
Yeah.
And the answer is in the bamboo.
Yeah.
Because what's in the center of the bamboo but a hollowness, hollow space. So the more we're able to be that conduit for life, that empty conduit for life, allowing life to live through us, that, that poem from Hafez, I think it is, that, I am the hole in the flute, that the Christ's breath blows through, that life moves through me. I'm experiencing life, and I'm allowing life to flow through me, and I'm allowing life I'm flexible enough to allow that life not to break me, but to actually help me heal and to grow and to transform. And that's, Leonard Cohen said, it's the cracks that let the light in. So these processes that we're going through at the moment are not to break us, but they're to break us open so that the light can shine more fully into us. Those rigid beliefs or the rigid structures around us, the banking fraternity, for example, or relying upon the old supply chains of supermarkets, that may be crumbling. But changing. In that crumbling, there's a light of a newness, and there's the opportunity.
There's space for that new awareness, because the systems as we knew them are not the same, and they're not going to be the same again.
No,
they're not going to be the same again. No. So the more we try and hang on to those rigid systems, the more we're going to be in suffering. So it's to say, can I stay open to the new and be flexible to what's actually coming?
Yeah.
And if you see, if you look at people that are resilient, nations that are resilient, they're the people that last. We often speak about the Zimbabweans, because Zimbabweans are some of the most resilient people that we know.
And we're Zimbabwean.
We're both Zimbabwean. But, people that are still there, people that they've undergone a huge amount, and I know these countries all over the world, but there's a resilience there. There's a resilience of spirit that's there. It's that steady. We've got a beautiful Zimbabwean that works for us, and she's got this resilient spirit. She just shows up, and she shines her light, no matter what. And she rolls with the changes.
Yeah.
She's such a teacher.
Yeah.
And that's what I believe that's how we're going to navigate this together.
And what you said there is, it's a spirit within us. And that spirit is that conduit for life. That is spirit. The word spirit and the word life are exactly the same. The word spirit, life, and presence are one and the same. The word spirit, life, and love, and the divine are all one and the same. So the more we can connect with that essence of spirit within us, that essence of peace, of presence within us, and let go of the attachment to the world of form for our information of who we are. I am that which I hold on to. I am my whatever. As we let go of that as a sense of self and come back into spirit as a sense of self, so we're able to navigate any change. You see, in truth, it is the vulnerability of the mind that gives us the angst when change comes along, because the mind only thinks in terms of objects. It's an object-based awareness. And as we step back into the true essence of who we are, we realize that we are the space, that hole in the flute, that hole in the bamboo, that emptiness, that nothingness. That's who we really are. And when we identify, we're able to find ourselves in that which is spirit, then the world of change becomes a dance, not a scary journey of change. It becomes a dance. It becomes a joyful dance day by day. It becomes a creative dance day by day. And I think that's turning life around from that fear-based life that we used to live into a love-based life. Love is about enjoyment. It's about creativity. It's about flexibility. It's about welcoming change. That's what love is all about, welcoming change.
Being open.
Yeah, where fear is about resisting change. The shoulds, as Michelle said earlier, it should be like this. My life should be like this. You should be like that.
Yes.
I should be like that. The shoulds are the old rigid structures which are crumbling. And now it's a case of allowing and celebrating each day. And into that, you put the ingredients of trust. Not trust in your objects to be here, but trust in life to give you in every single moment a all that your needs are met moment to moment. That trust that life will meet my needs, not my objects, not my bank account, not my beliefs. They won't meet my needs, but life itself will meet my needs. And that trust, I think, is absolutely vital for navigating change.
Yeah, you mentioned there, that the mind will actually always have, something which will take you out of that, because the mind is finite. It's linear, it's finite. It's got a beginning, a middle, and end, and it's got these belief systems and these patterns and stuff. It's finite. Whereas that the part that we're talking about is infinite. And these with connecting with our infinite self, there is unlimited potential for weathering anything. If we connect it to our finite self and our mind, well, then it's not that easy, because that's going to happen, and then what? Yeah. And then I'm going to be X, Y, Z. Whereas we're in the infinite self, it's, oh no, I'm infinite. Yeah. I'm an infinite being of light. Anything's possible. Yeah. That it's a very big difference, and I think that's the return point. Yeah. That's where we come back to. Over and over again, as many times as we need to come back to it in one day.
Yeah. See, the old world, the world that we've lived in for a long time, has been built in objects, about objects. Your sense of value always comes in objects. Yeah. And that's normal. That's the way the world has been built. And that's mind. That's mind. So the old world was built on mind structures. And structures are always judgmental in nature. They're always preferential in nature. They're always dualistic in nature. That's the nature, that's the world that we have lived in, occupied for a long time. Now we're shifting to a new world. And the new world is not about that. It's about love. And love does not come from the mind. There's no ways you can fit love into your mind. It doesn't go in your mind. It's an experience that radiates. It's a feeling that radiates through our hearts. And there's a completely different way of being in the world, because it's not about structure, not about structure at all. Love has no structure. Love is like the ocean. Maybe a wave might have a certain structure, but the ocean is something vaster than the object. And this is the new world that we're stepping into, and it does require trust. It does require trust, not as say in mind, but it trusts love in heart. It trusts this essence of spirit. And spirit, you must understand, is the animating energy of your body. It's the animating energy of the earth. It's the animating energy of the cosmos. And the word cosmos means order. So there is order in this spirit. There is order there. And to trust that that order transcends the world of physical objects. It transcends the world of mind and time. And this is the new world that's being born. It's a completely different paradigm. It's a different way, a different perspective. It's a different way of seeing. As we start to see differently, as we start to see with real eyes, so that fear drops away, the anxiety drops away, and we start to live life in a joyful, more peaceful, more connected, and as Michelle said earlier, a more community-based life compared to how we used to live.
Yeah, because often the fear is the fear of, I'm not going to be able to cope with it.
Yeah,
and what we're talking about is the finite self. How's my finite little self going to cope with this? And that's the mind. That's the fear-based mind, which says, no, you're not going to be able to cope with it. You're going to crumble. The finite self is a channel that can cope with anything.
The infinite self, yeah.
And so, the work that we're doing and that lots of other people are doing is literally to help us come back to that, because that is what's going to get us through what's coming and what's happening now. It is absolutely the most important thing that any of us can be doing. There isn't anything else more important. Yeah. So our inner work, that is strengthening that root, that stability, the inner stability, the infinite self. There isn't anything else that's more important than that. As much as the mind will tell us that there is.
This is a birthing process. And a birthing process is about change. Not about holding on to that. We are birthing something new into the world. It's actually a new consciousness. It's a new way of being in the world. It's a new way of seeing each other. Instead of seeing each other as, what can I get from you? How can you serve my needs? It's how can I serve? How can I serve the
work
community.
together.
That's a completely different way of living. Is we are birthing something brand new. And the universe is supporting this birth. You know, I often use example of the flowers in the Western Cape. Now, here in the Western Cape, we have a beautiful event that happens every year in August and September where the wildflowers come out. And it's just carpeted with beautiful, beautiful,
stunning,
magnificent flowers. I mean, kilometers and kilometers of these flowers. And they come out in spring. That's when they come out. They don't come out in midsummer. And we are now, I believe, going through this spring process, this rebirth. It's a rebirth of awareness. It's a rebirth of love into the world. And this is a macro change, irrespective of what we're doing individually. This is a macro change. Yes, there are forces trying to keep the winter there, trying to keep the darkness there, trying to get you to do things to your body that will hold you back from this transformation process. But if you trust life rather than the world outside you, you will safely navigate this and be a conduit for this newness to awaken into the world. It's a birthing process. Yes, the birthing does mean that you have to let go of the old. It is a releasing process, but it's a beautiful process of new creative energy coming in to this particular dimension of experience.
Yeah, and I think just remembering all the time to bring ourselves back to the breath, to bring ourselves back to the senses. The 5 senses can bring you back right now out of the chaos into the now. You can find yourself spinning out because of something somebody said or did or what happened. We have the choice to bring ourselves back, and that's the practice. And that's what we do. We're starting another course tomorrow.
We're birthing a new course tomorrow. We're birthing a new course.
That's the idea of our courses, is to actually help you to bring you back over and over again for 13 weeks, every single day, is to actually help bring you back to that place of love, to that infinite self, to that place which is going to weather anything. So that's what we do. And these satsangs are the same thing. That's exactly what the reason is. And our inner space community is exactly the same. And our retreats are exactly the same. It's all the same thing. But we've got to practice it, because we're so out of practice with it, because we live in this world of things and roles and expectations and goals. And we lose sight of it. So it's like that outer world becomes the default. It's like a computer. It goes back to the same thing until it actually starts to shift into a new consciousness. And that's what's busy awakening.
And the new consciousness is a completely different experience of freedom. Now, the old world allowed you to be free in a certain very narrow sort of frequency of experience. The new world that's being born is going to allow us a far, far greater experience of what real freedom is. The freedom to create in ways that we've never experienced, we haven't experienced for thousands of years. And that's what's really being offered to us. And the course that we're starting tomorrow night is called Journey to Freedom. And it's a 13-week process where we give you tools. Every week you get new tools to help you with the freedom. And as Michael said earlier, it's the letting go. And a lot of the course is about releasing beliefs that don't serve us, obstacles in the way of love, for example. And releasing them. And also taking what you know. Each one of you have a deep knowing inside you, but it's covered up in doubt and in the mind. And what this process is, it's a freedom, it's a releasing that inner knowing into your awareness. And the time that we're going through now is not an acquisition of new information. We're not here to give you new information. We're here to remind you of what you know deep in your soul. So this process is really a remembrance process of what you said earlier, remembering. It's coming back to who you really are. It's the applying of, it's actually making the information you have, but applying it to everyday life situations. It's the application. The application of knowledge creates wisdom. Wisdom is the real gold, not knowledge. Not knowledge. You don't need more knowledge. Now you need application to create that direct experience of what it is that your heart yearns for.
Yeah, and remembering is also remembering. It's bringing all those parts of yourself that you thought you were back. It's the healing process. It's bringing it's bringing your strands of energy in to a center. That's what remembering actually is. So it's coming back to your essence, to the essence of who you actually are, when you're not in your head. Yeah. So it's getting yourself out of your head and back into who you really are. Yeah. It's remembering who you are.
Your head and my head and everyone else's head is not where it's at. It's insufficient. It's not good enough, and it will always be not good enough. But who you really are, who you really, really, really are, is magnificent. Magnificent. And this process, this apocalyptic time that we're moving through now, is a revealment. Yes, it's a revealing of the darkness, of the underbelly of humanity, as I wrote in my newsletter last week. Yes, there's a lot still more to be revealed, and it may sicken some people to see the underbelly of humanity. But it's also a revealment of the good. It's a revealment of the magnificent. It's a revealment of your divine self, the infinite, the powerful divine self, which manifests in awareness. Awareness is the greatest agent for change, not hiding away, but being open to being aware. And with every thought you think and with every feeling you feel, you are creating the new earth. Yep. Every thought you think has potential power in manifesting a new reality for us. Yeah. And to be mindful as we go through this process of what thoughts are you thinking, what feelings are you feeling? Because they are the building blocks for the new earth. And who's in control of your thoughts and your feelings? Is it your parents? Is it your religion? Is it the government? Is it big pharma? Who's in control of how you feel right now? Is it the media? Or are you in control? Because with every thought you think and every feeling you have, you are building a reality. Yeah. Is it the world that you want, or is it the world that someone else wants? And this is the journey to freedom, the freedom to choose your thoughts, to choose your feelings, and to choose a new earth. That's the journey. We start the new journey tomorrow night with a Zoom, where we don't have to, we start with a Zoom call, and then the page is released on Tuesday.
Yeah, and we've got the first week.
And the first week is free, absolutely free. It's called Life Vision Week, so to give you a glimpse into what it is you really, really, really want for your life. And you can travel with us for the first week. You get 2 Zoom calls and
an
journal,
and
creative exercises free of charge. You can sign up on our website, which is Journeys of Awakening, and you just scroll down and you can join us for the week free of charge. If you want to journey with us, that's fine.
And we've called it Life Vision because we both believe that we need a new vision.
A new vision.
It's a new vision. This is not the old vision. This is new vision.
A new vision.
What is my vision for the world? How can I be part of that new vision? Do I want it to be the old? Do I want to carry on doing things like I've always done them? Or can I show up differently? That's the idea. So that's for the first week.
Yeah. What is the vision you want for your life? What is the vision you want for your community, for your family, for your children, for your grandchildren?
Yeah.
What is the vision you want for everyone who calls Earth their home?
Yeah. So join us. If you haven't signed up already, come and join us free for the first week.
Yeah.
journeysofawakening.com.
Yeah. And the other thing we've got coming up is our annual Hogsback workshop, which is happening 27th to the 31st. So if any of you want to meet us in person and let us work with you for 5 days, it's in Hogsback in the Eastern Cape, 2 hours from the East London Airport, and we still have a couple of places open. The details are on the website under the live section.
Yeah.
So you're welcome to join us.
James just asked a question before we end off. As dark as it may get, it will be as light. There's always light. There's never not light. There's darkness and there's light. They exist together. Yeah. So even though it might seem very dark, there's always light. Yeah. There can't be the one without the other.
And it really is a shift in the way in where we're looking at the moment. We're looking at the world of form.
Where are we looking?
And the world might appear to be in a dark space at the moment. But as you refocus your awareness, suddenly you start to see the light. And as you see the light, you give it more energy. That's the whole thing. You grow the awareness of light as you start to see it. But we've been looking for it in the wrong places. That's the problem. Yeah. It's not in the world of form. It's in the formless. And the paradox is that the moment we start to see the light, we energize it and we bring it into the world of form. So that's the paradox of all of this. It's a beautiful time. We have a beautiful time ahead.
And the light's going to win. anyway.
Well, the light is I mean, darkness has no power.
It has
That's the whole thing. You know, if you walk into a dark room and you put on the light, where's the darkness? The darkness has no power. You don't have to rush around the room and get the ashpan and sweep it out and chase it out the room.
Yeah.
The light automatically dissipates darkness. And what is the light? But the light of awareness. It's the light of awareness, the awareness of who you really are. You're not the body. You're not your thoughts. You're not your situation, circumstance. You're not your education. You're not your achievements. You are something more magnificent than that. And as you bring that into your awareness of who you really are, that light of awareness dissipates the darkness. What darkness fears more than anything else, and I've mentioned it before, is joy. You are joy. You're designed to have a joyful life. Joy is kryptonite for the darkness. Dancing, creative exercises, painting. That's all kryptonite for the darkness.
I mean, we were traveling along the coast today with the music up, and we were in joy. It doesn't matter what darkness is out there.
Yeah.
We shifted all our energy shifted very quickly. Music shifts you.
Yeah.
Beauty shifts you.
Yeah.
Light shifts you.
Yeah.
So if you're feeling dark, go and look at something beautiful. Turn on a beautiful piece of music. That's in our power.
Yeah.
That shifts your vibration.
Yeah.
Shifts you.
Depends where you focus. It's a matter of focus.
Where you focus.
If you focus on what the media is trying to feed you at the moment, it will bring your vibration down. If your vibration goes down, you are feeding that into the world.
Which you don't want to feed.
Anxiety, fear. I mean, there's no news headline that ever gives you any good news. It's all about fear and control and manipulation. So don't buy into that. Don't read the newspapers. I haven't bought a newspaper in maybe 20 years. I haven't bought a magazine in about 15 years.
Limit your exposure to what you're consuming.
Yeah.
See what you are consuming.
Focus on what you want.
And I mean, on both sides of the fence, you're consuming a lot of stuff. So just see. And you know, if you find your vibrations going down a lot, it's good to be informed. But if you feel that every time you look at your phone, stop looking at your phone.
Yeah. Focus on what
Switch
you
it
want.
off,
Focus on what you want.
Put some music on. Go outside. We have to do that. If we're actually going to, we really have to do that. Because that's keeping us steady but supple and flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So surrender the media. I would surrender the media.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give that up. Give that up. Everything you need to know, you'll be given. You'll be given. Yeah. Focus on what you really want, which comes from the heart, not from the head. The media is all about the control of the head. Come from the heart. You have an inner compass. Each one of you has an inner compass. Follow that inner compass. Just be aware of the manipulation.
And you're not going to get the inner compass if you're in the head and if you're being bombarded by any media.
No.
Because you're going to be so befuddled and confused that you actually won't know where the hell north is. So the only way that we can find our inner compass is by going into that quiet place.
Yeah.
And that's where we know. There's a knowing. There's just a knowing. It doesn't matter what anybody says. This is my truth.
And it's beautiful.
This is it.
And it is beautiful and it is peaceful. And it is God-centered. It's spirit. It's the essence of who you really are.
Yeah.
It's coming home. That's really what it is. And the secret is contained always in the out-breath. The in-breath is that doingness. The out-breath is the letting go. The out-breath is what takes you into that space of connection with the divine, into that emptiness.
Let's do that because we're going to go over a few minutes.
Yeah.
Let's
do a bit of centering this.
So I'm not going to do a long one. Let's just settle in and see how quickly you can actually go into that place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first of all, close your eyes and breathe out first. Feels a bit strange, but breathe out first. And now breathe in a little bit. And now breathe out fully. And as you breathe out, soften your body. Just feel your body letting go and releasing in this moment. Allow a wave of energy to just soften your whole body and bring you into presence. All the way down from your head into your neck, into your shoulders, dropping your shoulders. Bring that energy into your hands, allowing your hands to soften and become a bit heavy. Allowing that energy to come through your hips and through into your legs and down into the earth. Connecting with your breath, noticing your breath, and lengthening the out-breath. On each out-breath, just releasing more. Imagine now that you're a column of light, a beautiful, spacious column of light. Open. Fully connected to the light coming in through the top, just above your head. This beautiful column surrounding you, coming all the way down through you into the earth beneath you. And this column is able to expand, contract, and bend, and sway, and move, and support you, and connect you. Nothing you have to do, no struggle. Just knowing, slowing your breath down, softening your body, opening. And in that moment we open our hearts, we connect with the divine all around us, we connect with the earth beneath us, we connect with all the elements. We open up all our energy systems and we become channels for the divine. Channels for new ideas, new perspectives, new solutions. Just by being here now. Just by being in this moment. Just feel the peace that comes from just being in this moment, just being open, without resistance, without reaching for anything else. Only this. Feel the peace inside you. Set an intention to carry that peace into your sleep tonight and into your week. And if something happens to pull you out of it, know that with a few breaths, you can just bring yourself very gently back. And now take a deep breath in. And a releasing breath out. And you can open your eyes when you're ready.
That was lovely. Wasn't that beautiful?
Quick.
It doesn't take a moment or two to actually reconnect with that inner essence of being.
It doesn't.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we've got these affirmation cards, a whole lot of them here. Michelle, do you want to choose?
Close my eyes. Choose that. That's a nice one. There is another way to see this situation. I now look with eyes of love. Sure.
That's beautiful. There is another way to see the situation. And I now choose to see with eyes of love. Instead of eyes of fear, I'm choosing love. I'm choosing to see love in this moment, each and every moment. So I'll just photograph that and put that onto the Journeys page. And then that's a lovely affirmation to take with you into the week. Every moment of every day, just keep that in mind. There is another way to see this situation. I now look with eyes of love.
Which means acceptance and allowing.
Yeah.
So.
And appreciation.
And appreciation.
And appreciation. Love you all. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for finding our new page. Really appreciate it. Can you just like and share this?
If it was useful,
if you can, with your groups, that really helps. Thank you very much. God bless, and we'll see some of you tomorrow night on our Zoom call.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone. Lots of love.
Love you all. Good night.